Good morning, beloved. Good afternoon, good evening, whenever it is that you are watching the broadcast. Hello, 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 hello. It is wonderful to connect with you. Wonderful to say hi. Wonderful to say, hey, how you doing? What you be up to? What y'all be up to? Whenever it is that you're watching this great morning, this wonderful afternoon, this blessed evening, wherever you find the broadcast, whenever you find it, this girl am grateful, 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 grateful. Hello. Okay. So we're continuing on with the conversation of trust the process. Trust the process. Trust the process. We all have one. We all are in a process, a life. It's called life, y'all. Trust the process of your life. And if you've been following, if you've seen any of the former ones, the other ones that are aligned, a part of this series, then we're talking about Pamela Elizabeth Bracy. We're talking about Pamela Bracy, my dear, dear, dear friend and sister, who, and for years, y'all, since she was 16, and how old is she? I would say it was before Kim was born. So we've been dear friends and sisters since before 1988. Before 1988. I don't know what year exactly, but I know she was 16 when our relationship started. And and so it's been a long time and I'm grateful. I am so blessed in that way that I have relationships that go all the way back to elementary school, all the way back to elementary school. And to say that I'm grateful, I'm blessed beyond measure. I do not take relationships for granted. I think that they are for sure amongst the most precious gifts that we get to have in this life. And so for every friend, family, colleague, uh, associate, family, right? Whatever. I love you. I appreciate you. I value you. I'm grateful for what we get to share together. Right. So, anyway, talking about this girl, Pamela, she endeavored. So, the works that she's in has to do with, I don't know, real estate properties, and they need a real estate license in order to maximize. And she had to pass this test that she was struggling with. She was challenged by. And and so she's had some pretty devastating moments in attempting to accomplish this. And this Saturday, she accomplished the task that she set herself up to do. Today, we're talking about this notion of consistency and depth. Consistency and depth. Good morning, Sherry Naylor. So good to see you. We're talking about consistency and depth. In order for her to see a screen she had never seen before, y'all, that statement right there blows me away every time. This girl said to me while we were on the phone, I saw a screen I'd never seen before. In order for her to see that screen, she had to be consistent in getting back up every time there was a fail. She had to be consistent in believing it was possible for her, even though there were times I'm sure that she wondered how, if it was possible, and perhaps thought that it wasn't. She had to be consistent in study, consistent in doing the things, and she had to go deeper. She couldn't stay on the surface. The surface wasn't going to get it. I think the first time was a surface experience, right? In preparation for the exam. But every time she went back to the exam, she had to go a little bit deeper, and then a little bit deeper, and then a little bit deeper, and then a little bit deeper in order for her to get what it is that knows that she needed, right? In order to get to the place of Saturday being seeing the screen she had never seen before. And so she had to trust the process. And there's so many parts to her process. I remember there were times when we were out at different places and she would have to leave and because she had to go home and study. Good morning, Erica. Hey, honey bun. So good to see you. I remember times when she couldn't go places because she had to go home and study. I also remember times where we were places where she should have been home studying, where she would say, man, I really need to be home studying. So all of that is a part of the process. But eventually, she had to be consistent enough and have enough depth to get to the goal that she desired, to get to that Saturday, that pivotal moment where she went to a screen she had never seen before. I promise you, she is a different version of herself than before she passed this test. Not because she passed the test, y'all. It ain't ever about the end goal. It is always about who we have to become in order to get to see a screen we ain't never seen before. I'm just saying, if y'all ain't look, if you ain't picking up what I'm putting down, I'm talking about transformation. I'm talking about inner structural change. There are things that happen in our life that require consistency and depth. Get off the surface, y'all. I'm just saying, get off the surface. Be true to yourself. Tell yourself the whole truth. Look at yourself. Look straight at yourself. If there's something that keeps happening in your life that you don't want, it ain't got nothing to do with other people. That's you, boo. That's you. It's not other people. That's you and me. Because I'm talking to myself. I ain't never talking to y'all and not talking to me too. Whatever is in your life that doesn't work for you, guess who you need to look at? It's you. And to the degree that we keep blaming other people, then we won't get our freedom. We won't get our freedom from whatever that thing is. Erica, you said consistency, that's it. When we are consistent and saying we are not giving up, that's what it's about. Amen. Amen. Good morning, Brian. So good to see you, sis. So good to see you. Good morning, Ray. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's about us. It is about us. When we get to the place where we see that there's a pattern that keeps happening over and over and over and over and over, to the degree that we keep saying it's them, and I don't know why, and this doesn't make sense to me. That's denial and avoidance and all those kinds of things, right? And we don't get to our end result if we keep doing that. So I'm inviting us to go deep down, to dive deeply. If there's something that you want, beloved, if there's something that you want, then you need to make the necessary change to get what you want. You need to make the change, not anybody else. Let me I want to read something that I read this morning, that I was led to read this morning. It says the relationships, partners you choose, the bosses at your jobs, the health conditions you experience are not random. They are reflections of your inner choices, played out in the field of your external experience. While many people complain that they are being victimized by outside sources or say they are lucky to be in good situations, victimization and luck have nothing to do with who and what shows up in your world. Your consciousness does. This reading says, if you like what you are getting, keep your thoughts right where they are. If you like what you are getting, keep your thoughts right where they are. If you don't like what you are getting, it's time to change your mind. Change your mind, beloved. Changing people and things outside you seems easier than changing your mind, but external manipulation is really much harder. One tweak in your attitude can affect a huge shift in your results. Healing is an inside job. Healing is an inside job. And then it goes on to ask the question, do you see patterns in what you attract? How can you change your mind to attract better? And so I'm inviting us to check our thoughts, right? To check our thoughts. I promise you that there were thoughts that held Pamela from getting to the screen she had never seen before. Right. There are thoughts that she had to shift, she had to change, she had to release, she had to acquire. There were thoughts that didn't serve her to her best end, to the end that she desired. But when she shifted those thoughts, then she shifted her actions. And when she shifted that, she positioned herself to see a screen she had never seen before. She shifted herself to get a pass. She positioned herself to get a pass on that real estate exam. I am super duper excited for her, and I'm grateful for her transparency and her willingness to share her journey, because it has become a week-long lesson for us, right? It has become something other people can see, can use, can be blessed by. So trust the process. Trust the process. For me, the process is God. Trust the process is the it is the living out of the life that we have been created to live. It is that. It is the living out of that life that is ours, right? Oh, that's I knew I was looking. I was looking for something. So this idea, this quote, I heard this quote and it blew me away. It just, I don't know, that blew me away. What, how do I want to really say that? It like opened me up more. And the quote by, where is it? The quote by, what's his name? Michael Beckwith. It says, "We are distinct units of infinite potential." Distinct. None of us are the same. None of us. We bring something unique to every encounter. We are distinct. We are not the same as somebody else. Infinite potential. From within us, there is potential. There are possibilities that are endless. Because look, humans are like this. When we get so far, do you know what? There's more. Like there's no end to us. We don't use up. It's not like what has been put in us is finite. It's not, it's infinite. So what's inside of you, beloved, once you tap into that level, you open up another level. Once you tap into that level of understanding, you open up another level of understanding. There is no end to that. The more that you do, the more that you give, the more that you are, the more that you become, the more that there is. So if I only do 10%, and then 20% becomes available for me, but if I only believe in the 10%, that's all I'll get. This is why consistency and depth is key. It's why it's key, beloved. Because if you're consistent in a thing, now if you pick up this thing and drop it, 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 you don't feel like you're gaining any ground because you keep dropping the things. You gotta have consistency. You gotta have consistency. And you can't stay on the surface because then you don't unlock the jewels and the gems. For those who mine for diamonds, they gotta mine deep. You've got to mine deep into you to get the diamonds that are, all of us are gems and jewels and diamonds, pearls, rubies, emeralds. All of us are in our own very unique way. We are unique. We are distinct units of infinite potential. Distinct units of infinite potential. I love endless potential. Yes. What is it? Endless. What am I saying? Am I saying wrong? Yeah. Distinct units of infinite potential. And because we are, all things are possible, scripture says, to those who believe. All things are possible to those who believe. Now, and the way I take that Is everything that there is for me to have, do, and be is possible, and I'm going after it. I am leaving no stone unturned, none. I am leaving nothing unexperienced, none. I want it all. I want it all, and I will have it all because I will settle for not. I will not settle for less. It is not that I won't have setbacks, hiccups, roadblocks, make stupid decisions. Go through the wrong door, get afraid, scared, hesitate, all of those kinds of things. Let my ego get in play. All of those things are a part of the human condition and they will happen. But my intention is for them to happen fewer times, and not last as long. That the frequency and duration is shrunk over and over and over and over and over again. I will live as my highest, truest, and fullest version. It is not an option. It is my life's intention to bring everything that I am to play. Everything. I don't want to leave any stone unturned. I want to go through every door, climb through every window, get on every plane, stand on every stage, create facilitate every workshop, develop all of the content curriculum I am to develop, have every conversation, do every dance, take every walk. I want to do everything, every hug, every kiss, every embrace, everything that Papa has created me to do and be and have. And see. I'm not sitting on the sideline of life. You won't find me in a rocking. Well, I love rocking chairs, but the metaphor of sitting in a rocking chair because I've retired. My retirement was not a typical retirement. It was a stopping so that I could start in a new direction. That's what that was. There was never an intention for less. The intention was to make way for more. That's what the intention was, to make way for more, And so, beloved, when I think about trust the process, you're in process. We are all in process. We have all been given this precious gift called life. And sometimes it's unfair and unjust. Sometimes it's uncertain, and it's sometimes exhilarating and wonderful and glorious and fulfilling and exciting. All of the things. All of the things. Sometimes it is all of those things. And so I invite us to live it fully, to live it out loud, to live it on purpose, to live it with intention, right? To live it with intention, because what you intend, you will get. Because it's not about what we say out of our mouths, it's about what we believe in our soul. It's about what we have fully embraced as our truth. We live out that whether we try to or not. It's coming forward. Because what you really believe about a thing is how you will show up without thought, like unconsciously. You can't help but to do that because it is what you really believe. And so we can pretend for a little while, but the truth will come forth eventually. Okay? Trust the process, beloved. Consistency and depth is what I'm inviting you to today. Like consistency. See what it is that you want. And one little raindrop consistently can tear a rock up over time. Consistently build what you want to build. Be who you know you are. Go for what is yours, beloved, consistently. Never give up, never throw in the towel, never stop. I don't care how many times you've fallen, how many times you've gone backwards, how many times something didn't work for you. That is irrelevant. Get back up, try it again, get off the surface, go deeper. Tell yourself the whole truth. the whole truth. Because to the degree that you're lying to yourself, then that consistency and depth. Well, first of all, you're not going to get depth if you're lying to yourself. And consistent, it's not you're consistently going in the wrong direction. How about that? You're consistently getting what your soul really does not want and or need. How about that? I love you. I appreciate you. I value you. I honor you. I thank you for being. At the moment that Abba gave us our breath, me and you, we forfeited, we relinquished, we gave up the right to not be amazing. You and I just simply don't have the right to not be amazing because we are. I love you. Talk to you soon. Bye bye for now.